This video, I'm going to talk about helping you understand whether your horse is moving your feet or if you're moving your horse's feet. As I'm in the saddle, he's not going to cause me to actually move my feet, but he could very well move his feet somewhere that I didn't ask him to move. And that also is about defining your rectangle for the horse. One of the things that I think is hard for a lot of us is that being consistent about helping the horse put their feet where you want them is very important. And sometimes we'll be a little bit late to notice it. And sometimes I see people say, I missed it, I'll get it next time. Boy, and maybe they feel bad because they've been inconsistent so many times, so they just figure they'll get it next time. I want to encourage you, the moment you notice it, whether it's too late, to do something about it anyways, because you'll develop a habit of just letting it go. And those of us that have been riding longer, and even though we miss it late, we've developed the habit of doing something. Sometimes we're a little late and we get a little too big when we're a little late, and that might destroy the horse's confidence. So if you're late, you still want to address it, but you want to be fair. So that's something to think about when your horse moves your feet and you missed it. So what I'm going to do is ride a circle. And I think one of the things that's really important in defining your rectangle and knowing whether or not your horse is moving your feet or you're moving his is to have a plan and to know where to go. And this is a really good exercise that we do with some of our clients. Riding a circle is really hard, and I believe I rode a circle in a previous video. This time I put out a few cones, and when I have the exercise with some clients, I will put out cones at various quadrants of the circle so that they ride through the center of them, which helps them really define where they want to go. So I'm going to plan ahead of how I ask my horse to go in this circle. And part of one of those things that I'm thinking about is how quickly he walks. That also is something I think about, of whether he's moving my feet or I'm moving his. If he's allowed to slow down a bit and I don't do anything about it, and my walk, my seat, was at a walk that I had previously requested, and I let my seat change so that I match him without knowing it, then he has essentially moved my feet. If a horse balks at something, if he were to balk at those cones and back way away or swing way away or shy at something and move my feet in a way, or move us both in a way that I hadn't suggested, that would still be moving my feet. So as I walk in the circle, I'm looking ahead to where I want to go. And I'm fixing a lot. One of the things that's important to me is that my horse stays soft and he stays round. And I chose to use Chaco for this exercise as he's still fairly green and still learning. Good. Still learning to hunt for my rectangle. And the more consistent I am, the better he will be. And as well, the more practice that he gets. So I'm asking him to stay out on my rectangle often. Let's fix there with a little bit of my right leg and a fix again. And I want to look ahead onto my circle. I want to make sure he doesn't get heavy in my right rein. And he's keeping a pretty nice, consistent walk. Good. Use my seat there to send him out when he thought he might fall a little bit to the inside. So those are some ways I helped. There, he's getting a little heavy. Helped him stay in my rectangle. Made sure that he didn't move my feet, even as I slow down, and even as I position myself here to finish this video. I'm very clear on where I want him to end, so that I can reward him and he's certain where the center of his rectangle is, and he knows that I'm moving his feet, and I know that he's not moving my feet this time. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope it helps.